Welcome back. This is Fantastic Pains and How We Hide Them. And I'm not Chris.
And I'm not Karina.
And I'm Bug.
And we're here together.
We brought a sibling this time.
Aha. Yes, this one belongs to us.
He's ours.
He's ours. We claim him.
We kept him in the basement.
Defect tribe.
He did live in the
Defect
basement.
tribe.
We all lived in the basement. Defect tribe. Golden. I love it.
Nice.
All right. So today, we're just going to see where the day takes us.
Yeah,
we have a couple items.
We're going to bug the crap out of Bug.
That too. Yeah.
That's our job.
Indeed.
Here to get grilled.
And we're going to do the weekly check-in, right?
Yes.
Mm.
So it's
You get
time
to do
for
the
a
weekly
weekly recap.
I do.
Yours is like from the beginning of time, though, to now. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a little...
All the weekly
much.
check-in.
Yeah, I found out one of my knees so far. Yeah.
Oh, good.
That's, yeah. I was just like, why is it just this one knee? And it was because I longboarded for way too long.
Fair.
Oh, that's one of those activities they say, don't do it.
Yep.
If you have EDS, it's a bad activity.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
The perils of not
don't Try and
knowing.
run yourself up a hill using one leg. It's not a good idea.
Or is it?
It's
Is
leg
this
day,
a good
but only
activity?
one.
Is this a good activity? God. Oh, Brian.
All right, you go first, because
You want me to go first?
my week
Okay.
wasn't eventful.
My week wasn't super eventful. We had, it was the last week of school, which was great. Very sad for some of us. And our graduation was yesterday. Not yesterday.
Day
what is
before
today?
yesterday, Friday.
Day before yesterday. I'm really tired, can you tell?
Well, and this is normally our Saturday activity.
What?
Yes, that too.
What doth time?
I know.
Here's a coffee.
What is time? What is time? So yeah, it wasn't a super eventful week. I did hear back about the abdominal adhesions, and they are referring me to one specific PT. Who knows? And then they were like, general surgery was like,
We ain't
no,
touching you.
no. And I
That
was like,
sucks.
okay.
Well,
So there's all that. And then next week I have PT, and then I have massage, which will be really good. So Bruise Me Daddy is back on the schedule.
oh, Daddy.
Oh, Daddy. We all got to go see Daddy at some point.
Yeah.
This is true. He's fabulous. I love him. And then, oh yeah, yesterday. So we ended the school year, and my body was immediately like, oh, thank God, and just fell apart. And so I spent all of yesterday unconscious, like just out cold all day long. I had stuff that I was supposed to do, and my husband was like, no, we're going to just leave her alone because she's sleeping. And so I didn't get up for the first time until almost 1 o'clock. And then I went back to sleep at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Woke up very briefly for dinner and to take meds, and then was out again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm in recovery mode now, which is kind of nice.
You'd have that break.
I know my body needs the recovery, and I knew I needed to crash, and I kind of expected
Well,
it.
imagine
but-
all that tension that you had. Like, now you can let all of
Yeah.
it go.
Like all the
Goodbye.
like, okay, just hold on for a couple more weeks. We're almost there. Hold on, just hold on. And
You
now
hit the finish line.
we hit the finish line, and now it's time to just collapse into a heap.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my week. How about you?
I did stuff. I don't remember. But nothing eventful. I didn't hurt myself
That's good.
for the first time in a long time. I was very active.
Oh, and my hip doesn't hurt anymore.
Hey!
Ew.
Yeah.
Mine kind of does.
All
but-
the pain is finally done. I'm like, oh, thank God. And I didn't even realize it until, like, it had been that way for a while.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, yeah, that used to hurt.
I'm missing a pain. It's not on the docket anymore. What happened?
Pardon me. Have we closed this account?
Did we do something this week, or am I crazy? I had a doctor's appointment. That was about it.
Which appointment?
It was just a checkup with pain management.
Oh, yeah.
Finalized taxes.
Yeah, we did taxes.
It was the last week of school for the kids.
Yep. No more school for kids.
No more kids
The
for school.
chidlins are done.
Ooh.
And we rewarded them for not failing.
Roy got his placements though.
Yeah, I got his percentile.
He's good.
He was very proud.
He was telling Bappa that he's 93% or 93 tile.
Tile.
He's tile.
Tile.
He's in the 93rd
Hi, my
tile.
name's Tile.
Like on the wall? I'm the 93rd.
He's very excited. So he's where he's supposed to be in some things. He's a little bit ahead, and then he's like 3rd grade level for reading.
Oh, I told you they would be. They're gonna be GT.
Vocabulary and vocabulary usage is 3rd grade
Yeah.
max.
And he nailed the vocabulary. 100%, right?
Well,
Yeah.
because again,
You
like
know.
freedom of information, and
Yeah.
you
You're-
don't talk down to them.
Your kiddos are gonna scare the snot out of me when they're adults.
No, they're just gonna be really cool people.
We're going to train them as teenagers to be our slaves. So we're just waiting for the right time. It'll work out. Hopefully they don't watch this podcast.
Pulling the rug.
We know they do.
They do. I'm not going to turn you into slaves
Not yet.
Wink.
yet.
Yeah. Soon.
Yeah, we didn't really do much.
Good deal. How about you, Bug?
You have an appointment with David next week.
I know.
Oh, you see David.
I get to see my boy.
David.
And he's going to be like, how was the concerta? And I'm going to be like, yeah.
Yeah. I just need to get myself a team. It's just too expensive.
That was one of the questions I had. I guess
Yeah.
we can kind of transition into catch up and then questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's your insurance situation like?
Right now, I'm still insured through the parents.
That's
so
That's good.
It's actually exceedingly limited because they went from having like really nice insurance to having this technically counts as insurance.
Oh, no.
So now the thing is, I can go see Dr. Vu, and that's about it.
Wow.
So
But this-
anything outside of Dr. Vu or primary care is just ridiculously expensive out of pocket
Yep.
up front. So I don't really have the ability to like develop a team or like see people and I'm just like, hey, this is a thing that's going on.
Mhm.
It's very much just like a, well, that sucks, and just moving forward.
Have you
Yeah.
educated Dr. Vu on EDS?
No, because I've seen her all of once and I was not
Oh.
impressed. And so
Oh,
I was just
really?
like,
Oh, one of
no.
those.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, so we have like hypermobility issues, and she was just like, oh yeah, you can like try stretching, and I was just like,
Why don't you exercise your
Okay.
joints? It's atrophy. Just go work out more.
yeah,
You're
just,
go lift
dislocating.
weights.
Why don't
you're
you
fine.
dislocate some more? Like,
Fucking stupid.
what?
So yeah, between that and
You can try
the wife
stretching.
being like, we should go to the gym more often, I'm just like, I'm breaking.
Well, what you need to do is get back under Jackie.
Yeah, I
Because
really
she
do.
understands our condition.
Yeah.
And, like, how to work out with our
having
condition.
having somebody to like instruct you through
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
definitely the way
Well,
to
and
go.
watch your form and have you activate the correct muscles.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
The ones
I
you
know
don't
you've
have.
you've watched our episodes. Like,
oh, yeah.
there are times where she's like, that one right there, that
The
one,
one
right
that's-
there, that one right there, that one right. And I'm still like,
Yeah.
I can't find it. I don't know what muscle that is.
It doesn't
What are you
exist.
talking about? Where
See,
even is that?
And like working automotive, you have to lift like 50-pound tires over your head.
Yeah.
And that'll be fine until the moment when it isn't. And then I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm done for the day. I'm going home. Bye. And people are just like, why? 'Cause people just be like, oh yeah, I sliced my thumb open. Let me just grab some gunpowder, pour it in there, and light it. And now I don't have an injury anymore. Meanwhile, I'm over here and just like, oh, my shoulder hurts. I gotta go. So like, it's a very
That doesn't do it justice, though.
No,
Like,
no,
yeah,
no,
it's
definitely
far
not.
more
But that's
complicated than
the
Yeah.
that's the perceived way that it's or
Yeah.
that's how it's received. at
oh,
work.
absolutely.
I understand
is-
that.
Yeah, because I don't
Invisible
show
illness.
signs, therefore it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that was
Like-
my early 20s too.
Mhm.
Like, no, your shoulder's fine. You can't have problems. You're too young.
Well, and
Yeah.
I'm sure it's weird for you because we're gonna have to get into the questions. I think.
We're just kind of hitting all of them as we
Alright,
go. So
I was gonna say because
Yeah.
it's got to be weird for you because we're 4 years apart,
Mm-hmm.
which makes you guys what 11 years apart. Because
Yeah.
we're 7 apart.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there's a good gap, but your reference, like your frame of reference, is us.
Yeah.
So how does that affect like the way you perceive what's going on with you?
There's definitely the like overwhelming dread sometimes where it's just like, oh great, look at all the things I have to look forward to. But there's also the like, I get to see markers that you guys didn't have the luxury of,
Yes.
where it's just like, I'm developing a consistent pain in this particular joint. I should probably start taking care of that now so that I don't have to go through the surgeries as early.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
not something you can avoid entirely,
Yeah.
but it is definitely something that you can belay and
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
push back a little bit.
Well, it's got to be nice too to know that it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because we didn't look at any of the fucking pains I had for so long. We just
No, everybody just
exercised it away.
dismissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At least you know better.
Mhm.
So you're not out there hurting yourself more.
yeah.
And then
Well,
punish it.
more than it needs to happen.
The clean until my body hurts is definitely still real.
I deserve a
clean house
and
and
a
a
hurt
hurt
body.
It's true though.
It is.
Little things.
That's going on a shirt too.
Yeah, damn
We're
well.
just gonna need a merch store at some point.
Get our merch. It's so relatable.
Other people are like, "What? What is on your
What
shirt?"
is this?
Never mind. It's not for you.
You wouldn't understand, plebeian.
Pleb. Get on our level. Just fall apart.
Get on my level on the floor.
On the floor.
I am now a puddle.
Yeah.
I identify as a squish.
Yeah. Oh, I had to explain to one of my coworkers why I was sitting there clutching my chest, and he was just like, "Are you okay? Are you having like a heart attack?" And I was just like, "Feels like it," because like the diaphragm
Yeah.
spasms.
Fuck that.
So yeah, I had to spend a good like 45 minutes just sitting there explaining to him that like I'm not actually dying, just feels like it. But please just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Stop looking at me. I don't know.
This is not familiar at all.
No.
I'm just gonna go sit in this room in the back and die.
You're like in the dark, sitting there
not-
clutching your chest.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We're not related.
Mm-mm.
We definitely don't handle things the same way.
No.
Yeah.
It's a completely different experience.
Yeah.
We're not animals who like seek darkness and closed off spaces to lick our wounds.
Yeah. Star just recently, like this morning, received a text from her mother who was just like, "You don't have a connective tissue thing. We just have like this multicystic kidney thing." And Star's like, "No, I'm pretty sure we have some sort of connective tissue disorder too. Because like, what about all this stuff?" And her mom's just like, "No, that's not real." And it's just like,
Oh.
you're getting it from like directly above you. Like your mom is the one gaslighting you about
Yeah.
literally everything.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's been dealing with that pretty much all morning, just being like, "I just don't feel validated in any way, shape, or form at the moment."
We should have had her on. We could have validated the shit out of her.
Right?
Like I said, you could always text her.
This is true.
She has a car.
We should all message her right now. Be like, hey,
Get over here.
Get over here!
that's fucked though.
Yeah.
Like it's worse. It's not. It's worse than having a doctor do it because
Yeah.
it's familial.
Well, it's like that TikTok we watched last week.
Mm-hmm.
We're just, poor
Yeah.
thing. God.
Yeah, trying to make headway
Yeah.
at all when your family's like, you're just being a baby. It's fine. You're doing it to yourself.
You're doing it to yourself. Yeah.
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 Like, I had to have one of my managers at one point help me relocate my shoulder because he didn't believe me, and I was just like, no, come here. Like, put your hand here, put your other hand here, and snap. And he was just like, "Oh, that's disgusting." And it's like, yeah, tell me I'm lying.
Come at me.
Bruh.
Like I said, like, we've kind of talked about this before, where I sprinkle details as
Yeah.
I go and make sure that, like, no, this is common knowledge. This is the thing that people have witnessed in
Yeah.
several different
That's
like
the nice way to handle it too.
scenarios.
You're not like,
and things.
hi, I just got this job and I have this huge problem. Let me
Right.
dive into it and make you feel bad for me and then
Right.
be
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is like people think I'm just seeking attention because it's just
Right.
like, no, I have limitations and this is why. And people are just like, you're just looking for a pity party. And it's like, no, I'm
No,
just
because
trying
if
to
you
let you
pity
know
me,
that
I'll
like,
smack you.
if you ask me to do something and I'm like, I can't do that right now, there's a reason.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, and it's hard because you're working in like a very
yeah,
masculine.
very masculine environment.
Especially now that you're working with like the Navy guys.
yeah,
Oh, what?
yeah.
I didn't
Most
hear
of
this.
the most of the guys that I work with now are ex-Navy.
There's no toxic masculinity there.
None at all.
They're all
very
blatantly upfront. They're just like, "Hi, I'm an asshole," and it's just like, "Well, thank you."
At least it's not like a surprise.
No, yeah,
They're nice to you for 5 seconds and then they just rip you apart. Like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from?
why would you do that to me?
I can't believe you've done this. Yeah. Man.
But
Yeah, that's rough.
it's definitely been weird just watching as my EDS develops and like progresses along, because it'll be like, okay, so I have issues in my knee and then my other knee occasionally, and one of them's more manageable than the other, but when the good one does go out, it's way worse than when the bad one is just out, because one of them you can move in and out because it's so damaged. that you can get it relocated easier.
But the other one doesn't want to.
No, the other one does not enjoy moving in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
That's that way. If I dislocate the left one, that's the one that I have to have people pull it.
Yep.
And straighten it out for me.
Yeah.
Because I can't.
Yeah, there's not enough like wiggle room yet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I haven't
Yet.
broken it enough. Have
Yeah.
to wear it in.
We gotta break it in,
Like a new
stretch
pair
it
of
out.
shoes.
Exactly.
Let me just break in my joints real quick.
No, there's the
I just
joke
had
of
surgery. I gotta break it in.
Oh, that hurt. I
No
felt
one's
that.
ever gonna operate on me ever again.
They're gonna be like, "You're a risk." We saw your podcast.
I know what you do afterwards.
You break your braces and then fuck your joints.
moving on.
We have more questions for you.
I am so down.
Okay, earliest symptom, like in hindsight, for EDS. Like, what was the earliest thing you remember?
Earliest thing that I remember was running through the Grand Lake Yacht Club and having one of those diaphragm spasms where like you just feel like you can't breathe, and so you just like stand there with your hands above your head and you're just like, my chest is just collapsing and there's nothing I can do about it, and you're just sitting there for like 5 minutes as it's just like feels like somebody's crushing your heart.
I wonder if we got it more up there because of the elevation.
I wonder.
Because I always had more of those up there than
I did too.
everywhere
Like,
else.
thinking back. Yeah.
Because that's one of the first things I remember too. It's Grand Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was definitely like, because like I would talk to people and be like, yeah, this is just a thing that happens. Do you know, like, have you ever experienced anything like that? And they'll be like, nope, never. Sounds like a heart attack. And I'm just like, yeah.
Great.
That's what I was working on too. Heart attack? Only option, obviously.
Am I dying? Should I seek medical attention?
God.
So like that would be the earliest one. After that, there was the slipping shoulder, where it was just like the nifty party trick where I was just like, yeah, I'm so flexible, I can like bend down
my
and touch my palms to the floor, and then like look at what my shoulder does, and it just like extend out super far, and it's
Do you
just,
remember doing that, like, with us, though? Like, we would
Yeah.
all be like, can you do this? And then try
Yeah.
and outdo each other?
And this is why we thought it was normal.
Yeah.
because it
all
was
of
just
us were
all of
messed
us.
up. Yeah.
I think even Sarah always had issues with like her knees and her ankles, and Alex
Alex,
has
too.
issues
Ankles.
with his ankles.
I have
So.
good glankles.
Alex also has like the GI stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would not be surprised if all of us were
No.
impacted one way or another.
The GI thing where you're just not digesting food is something that's recently presenting. Where like I'll eat something and then I'll just
It just lives there.
it just sits there.
Yeah.
And then like dinner will come around and I'm just not hungry.
Right.
And my wife will just be like, "Why aren't you eating anything?" And I'm like, "I'm still full.
Because
Just-
there's rocks in my stomach.
just leave me alone for a minute." And then she'll force me to eat more, and then it's just like, now I feel sick. So
Well, what I've done with my husband, because even yesterday, I was just not feeling good, and so we ordered Carrabba's, I think. And I was just like, can I just have the cheese sticks? And he was like, that is not a meal. And I looked at him and I was like, I knew you were going to say that, but I don't want a meal.
I would like a small snack.
I would like this much to put inside of my body so I can take my meds and go to bed.
Like the commercial where it's like, I'm going to have a big lunch and just a snack for dinner.
Yeah.
That's legit my life.
Well, and
I just don't digest anything.
yeah, what I've done, I don't even know, like, good thing or bad thing, so we'll leave judgment out of it for now, I guess. Typically, I eat once a day.
Oh, yeah.
Typically, I just eat dinner,
Yep.
and that's
Same.
it. And I will, like, graze throughout the day. Like, I'll have, like, snacky type things throughout the day, but in, like, very small portions.
Yeah.
And very wildly. But
Jen has something she wants to say.
There's a smoothie drink that I get for Chris. The naked juices.
Mm-hmm.
For periods of time when he's not really eating much. I do that to kind of supplement vitamins because most of the time he can drink a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Soylent is people.
Yep, yep.
Well, and what
Yep,
I've
that's the other option that I go to a lot is Soylent.
Yeah.
You have to. I mean, how else are we going to build our bodies? We have to use other people's.
Well, yeah. Oh, that was probably the somebody was like, you just need to use those collagen supplements.
Oh my God.
It's like, please never say those words to me.
It's everybody's first idea. Like, hey, you know what? I know how to fix you.
We should just walk around with like punch cards.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
every single time someone does it, you go, up, there we go. And you pull it out really dramatically and punch a hole.
I get a free lunch now.
I've earned 6 glasses of wine because of you.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks, Ed.
You can play bingo.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
different things.
Have you tried
This
collagen
weekly bingo
injections?
card.
You should try glucosamine. It's really good for your joints.
Fish oil.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
all the time.
Ugh.
Fish oil.
Get injections.
Flaxseed oil.
The right
Get them
brand
plump
of
lips going.
Yeah, the right brand of vitamins. That's what it is.
My brand.
The chaos is mounting.
Just a bit. The chaos is mounting. There's just clouds above us swirling.
Loki is pleased.
Well, this one doesn't really count because, I mean, it's about how does Star react to it, but Star has experience with it, so...
Mm-hmm.
Star has her own self-doubt where it's just like she shows particular symptoms. Like, as you guys in one of the previous episodes were going over the Python score, she was going through it and she was just like, I don't really have knees and I don't really have elbows, so I'm not sure if I technically have it. And I'm just like, babe, no.
So
like,
she'd be like, what,
you have-
5 out of 9? 5 is still...
And you only need, I think...
No, you need 5
You need
total.
5 in the
5?
Python. And then
It
2
also
of the
depends on
other
your
3.
age, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
You need
the
different
older you
amounts
get,
for different
the
age groups.
less you need
Yeah.
because you get stiffer.
Yeah. Which I don't know is true because my knee has gotten worse. Because I didn't have the knee when I initially did the biting.
Right.
And now I do. So now I'm an 8 out of 9 instead of a 7 out of 9.
Have her do the bite and score near me. Like, we'll do it together,
So she can compare.
and she can see.
like, this is a solid
Can't even
joint.
touch
Well,
my toes.
yeah.
I've never been able to touch my toes. And when I was a child, I could never.
We
touch
can
Oh, yeah.
touch the palms of our hands to the palms of our feet.
Yeah. Oh, underneath.
Yeah, like
I
touch-
do that sometimes to pop my wrists. I'll stand on my hands to pop my wrists.
Oh, yeah, the elbow lock.
That is as far as my
Just-
arm goes.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Yeah, like
I
that
usually
time
brace
I
and
did that
just
perfect elbow
push it.
extension.
They're like,
Fucking beautiful.
where do normal people stop? Is it like there? Because that
Yeah,
still
you have
feels
to
like
stop
an
yourself.
angle.
Like, it's about
Yeah.
there.
And then
I think 90
we
degrees.
just keep going. It's fine.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just like grossing people out. It's really funny. It's so funny. I love it. I was explaining it to somebody earlier. After graduation, we had a barbecue, which was great fun. But I was sitting and I had my, like, you know how you point your toes? And she was like, oh my God, are you a dancer? Which I've heard several times. So many people are like,
Punch
are you
card.
a dancer? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Put that on the punch card. And I'm like, nope, I have a connective tissue disorder. And so I can do weird things like that, I guess.
I mean, we used to walk around on the tips of our feet. I still do.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
like on the
anytime
ball.
I'm not wearing shoes.
Yeah.
I actually have toe shoes so that when I go hiking, I can still walk on the balls of my feet.
Nice.
That's what I wear to work out. Creative, well done.
I've thought of that before, but I was never brave enough to try it. So you're gonna have to tell me how it works.
I like
Quite
it.
well.
It's perfect.
What's our next question?
I already know the answer, but it's: are you taking any steps to prevent damaging yourself now? Because you know what it's going to be like later.
Definitely. There's days when I have the motivation to, where it's just like, all right, let's go hit the apartment gym, or let's go out to like the local gym. But most of the time, it's just a matter of like, I get home and I'm just out of spoons, so I sit in bed and wait for the day to be over. So
I have said as much before.
I was like, that sounds really familiar.
yeah.
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 It's
You have to do that,
finish
like,
my responsibilities
decompression.
and then because like I assume that normal people when they go to like relax or decompress, there's a period of time where it goes from Like, I'm relaxing and decompressing to I have relaxed and decompressed. There's never the, like, past tense for me. It's always just like, there's always lower you can sink into, And then
and it's that same thing where, like, your body's always trying to recover from whatever you've done to it that day and the day before and the day before and the day before. And so you wind up in, like, not only spoon debt.
Well, as I say, it makes you a spoon thief.
Yeah, exactly.
Just stealing from other days.
Exactly, yeah. So you wind up in not only spoon debt, but you wind up in, like, healing debt as well, where you're backlogged on all of that healing that has to take place.
Do you work on mindfulness at all?
What do you mean?
Being mindful of what you're doing and how you're doing it so that you don't go and lift something that's way too heavy or...
That's actually been something that I've been trying to work on. Usually it's more of a, like, I don't want to let my body tell me no because fuck you, Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing this not because I think it's going to be the right option for this moment. It's more of a, like, I want to do this, therefore I'm going to, regardless of whatever happens.
Can and should are two different things. Yeah.
That's why I knew the answer already. I was like,
Yeah.
I know the answer to this, but...
That's why I work automotive, where it's just like, hi, I beat myself up for a living.
I'm going to do this whole engine by myself. Watch
me do it.
Yeah. Hulk mode all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
So there's definitely still days where it's like, all right, let's actually, like, take care of ourselves, go on like a walk and not just out of, like, anger or spite. We're just like, let's go exercise and do something, like, light and not intensive. I definitely miss swimming. Swimming was one of the best options that I had.
I still need to get into that saline pool. That would be so good.
Oh my god, yeah. There's a float spot down in Parker where it's like...
Yeah, it's near where my doctor's office is, and I've been trying to get in with Medicaid.
Yep. Because I think that you can use insurance to go to float spas.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that was an option.
I was looking at it real hard after back surgery because it would be so gentle compared to everything else.
Yeah.
The last time I went, there was this couple who wanted to spend the night there, so they just showed up at like 8 o'clock, and the dude just locked them in the building in their dunk tanks.
That's so weird.
And then just let them sit there for the whole night, and then he opened up in the morning, charged them, and let them go.
Could you imagine what that would feel like?
Yeah, just waking up the next day and being like, wow, there was no, like, physical or, like, no stimuli for, like, 8 hours. That was glorious.
I was dead.
How are you yesterday? Oh, I died.
I had 8 hours of death. Best death of my life. Let me tell you.
Only the greatest
So far.
of deaths.
Best death so far. Might do it again later.
A lot of these are just rewording the same question. Like, what about mental health aspects? How is your mental health? Are you depressed, anxious? Do you need to close? Do you need to go outside?
I need a sunshine.
Do you need some sunbeams?
It's not
I
sunny
need
today,
the
by the way.
vitamin
It's
D.
gross outside.
Oh, it is. It is horrendous. It was pouring rain when I left.
Yeah, it's nasty out there.
Yeah,
I don't
took
like
a shower, stepped outside, and was like, "This was a mistake." I'm wet. I was dry, and now I'm wet again.
You have to answer the question, though.
Yeah.
Overall, like there's just this level of depression that is consistent, and it's just a matter of like finding a reason or a way to work through it to be productive. And a lot of the time, it's me being productive just for the sake of being productive, which isn't always the most productive thing to do.
That's what Kaylee said too.
Yeah, where it's just like I need to continuously find things to do in order to just get through the day, because if I stop, that's when you just have time to think, and it's just like, well, that's not a great spot to be in.
No, it's not.
See, I've been there, but I am not there anymore. I don't know. Like, for me now, I spend a lot of time with my thoughts, I guess. Like, I had to very intentionally start being more communicative inside, like, within myself. And so I try to spend time, like, just with me, checking in with me.
Yeah.
Like, how am I doing? What hurts right now? What's bothering me? Are we feeling anxious about something? Like, just kind of going through a routine check-in as part of that, like, decompression process.
Yeah. Because a lot of it has just been like, okay, social media is fucking garbage.
Oh, dude,
But-
I'm not on Facebook anymore. I dropped Facebook a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't do any social medias except for watching TikToks.
Yeah. Usually what happens on Facebook is me watching TikToks through Facebook.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I just don't TikTok, but, I'll still observe through other lenses.
There you go.
It doesn't count if I didn't use the app.
Yeah.
I'm not supporting them.
I'll support the creators, not the app.
Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah, no, that's been, I guess it's been a huge hindrance in like decompressing, has been like, I need to spend time just like sitting down and chilling and like letting go of the day. And then that turns into just like sitting there staring at my phone and just being like, this is mind numbing goo. And that never really allows me to let go of the day. So then when I put down the phone to go like make dinner or go do anything else, it's just, I still feel the whole weight of the day, and it's just hard to let go.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Talking to somebody about it, like a psychiatrist.
We've been looking for an EMDR person for me and Star.
Me too.
Yeah, we need to find an EMDR that like, but with the parents' insurance.
Right? How are you going to find someone that does it in your
Yeah.
network? It sounds like
Like we
hell.
were rewatching the episode this morning where the person asked the question in your comments like, how do you afford all the braces with EDS? And it's just like, well, you just kind of have to make it happen.
You do.
There comes a spot where it's just like, you don't know how it's gonna happen or what's gonna happen after you get what you need to be okay, but you gotta get that before you can even think about going back to work. It's
Right.
like,
Well, and it's about prioritizing yourself and your needs
yeah.
and like making that a priority, even
Yeah.
financially,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
I know can. It's not easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fun times.
Right? Yes, always.
What's your most common dislocation?
Definitely my shoulder. Like 4 to 5 times a day. It's just,
You guys and your loose shoulders.
yeah.
I'm all about the knee game.
Oh no, my knees are still like, I do where you like sit down on the floor on your knees and then you gently rock back and forth until they slide back into place. Yeah, it's both knees pretty much every day, but the most common one, just because I'm up and walking around,
Right.
is
Well,
my
it slips
shoulder.
out. I'm sure just on its own, but like,
Yeah. Like I carry a cane and KT tape in my car because like we were out at the store the other day and we were just talking to the guy and then my knee just like slipped and it screwed up like my hips and my back and my neck.
I
And
feel
was
so
just
validated
like,
right
I
now.
need a cane.
I don't
And
think we've
so
ever
I had
talked about
Star.
the like avalanche effect.
Oh yeah, no, like knee goes and
Yeah.
then it doesn't even have to be like in the same day.
no.
Like if my knee goes a couple days later, it'll just be like, why are my hips so out of alignment?
Right, because
Yep.
you,
And
you
then-
adjust for your, and then it cascades. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and it's like it's almost like baseline
Yeah.
where your body's like, fine, I will adapt. I will adapt by throwing everything else out, but I'm gonna adapt. And so, to your detriment, your body's like, baseline.
Yeah. You now live in continuous pain because
is now
we
normal.
need to compensate for the pain that we were in yesterday.
Can you wear the
Or-
KT tape?
For about 15 minutes.
Okay, see, that's what I thought.
And it only works so long as I'm standing. The second that I sit down, like my feet will be straight normally. If I'm wearing KT tape, they'll point out to the side
Oh, yeah.
because it'll pull the connective tissue in my knees is so weak that the KT tape just pulls everything
Yeah,
into
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's not supposed to
Right,
be.
okay.
If I'm standing, it functions where it's holding everything in place. Once there's not that pressure of like, this is where we need stuff to be,
Yeah.
it's just like, let's just cram stuff in the attic.
yeah.
It's just,
Pull it all out.
Describe it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I have a cane. It's exactly for that reason. My knees give out, and
Yeah.
I don't trust the right one. I know it has a fucking agenda. It's out to kill me. It will give out. I'll be like on a canyon wall, and I'll be like, "Look at my knee," and then it's gone, and I'm dead.
Just
It
and
is
goodbye.
fucked. It'll act all happy and nice
We
until
just-
someone's not looking, and then when no one's around, Goodbye.
We just saw into the future. You opened a window, and that's how it's gonna happen.
God.
You're gonna be like, "Look, we made
Hi,
it
welcome
to the Grand Canyon."
Where's Chris? Oh.
Where's Chris? And then you walk over to go
That's
see,
what you hear.
and
Like,
then
"Oh."
you fall. And then I go to go see what happened, and then I fall.
But yeah.
Like lemmings.
And then you end up using the cane like a crazy person. Like you
Yeah.
don't look like you're using it properly because you're just trying to support your goddamn leg.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, the people that understand me the most are skaters.
Yeah, I'm not
Because
surprised.
they'll be like, yeah, I tore off all the ligaments and tendons in my ankle, so, like, no more skating for me. And I'm just like, yeah, my knee just randomly gives out. And they're just like, oh, you're okay, dude. Just hang in there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, weirdly enough, skaters have, like, the most, like, I beat up my body, too.
Yeah.
They did it for the love of the craft.
Well, them and like snowboarders and
Mm-hmm.
surfers, I'm sure. They're like, we destroy ourselves for a cause
Because it's fun.
because it's fun.
Oh, here's one from a very common person. She's usually here. She left a comment on here. Was there anything that surprised you or something that you strongly relate to in the podcast?
There's a lot of things where, like, the uh-oh. That's definitely one where it's just like, I get out of bed and I go to make myself breakfast, and it's just like, and suddenly I'm on the floor or like leaning up against a wall, and I'm like, huh, I was in bed a moment ago. Weird. Moving on.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Star's gotten pretty good at just like bolting out of bed to catch me before I hit the
Aw.
floor.
Oh my god.
But then it'll
was
happen
gonna
to
say,
her
what-
too.
yeah, I was gonna say
so
that.
she'll just be like, I gotta grab you, and then she'll grab me and be like, uh-oh. And then we'll both just be leaning up against a thing, and I'll come to first and be like, you okay? And she'll be like, yeah, are you okay? Yeah.
You good, bro? Dog pile.
So
Yeah.
you need to get better about recognizing the uh-oh, and then you just sink.
I don't have problems
To the
recognizing
floor.
it. I just don't sink.
Yeah, no, there's...
There are ones, yeah, okay, that's fair, because there are ones where I'm like, I can wait this out. I bet I can stay standing
Part
while
of me
this
wants to go to, like, fighter
does the
pilot
thing.
school.
Oh, for like blood pressure.
Yeah, for the like,
build
control.
up. Yeah.
Because they'll run you through the G-force machine and be like, yep, these are the muscles that you tense up
See,
and you
but-
squeeze, and this is your breathing exercise, and it forces blood.
It couldn't hurt.
First of all,
Yeah.
if you went through like GI, all your shit would dislocate.
Okay,
But he just has to make it so where we learn about how to use the right muscles.
yeah.
Okay,
So-
but I'm going to tell you a story. We were doing a mindfulness exercise called tense and release, where you go through and you like systematically tense up
forgot about
and
that.
release things as you
Yeah.
go. And I can't do that exercise because when I tense and release, all my stuff falls out.
Yes, yes, it
I mean,
does.
I do
Yeah.
that with my ribs. If I tense my abs too hard, my
Yeah.
bottom rib will just go.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
if
no,
I,
that's
like, strain on the
that's
toilet
straight up
too
Star.
hard.
She's got like a floating rib where she'll
Yeah.
just like adjust, and it's just like tink.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
So yeah, no, GI would not be your friend.
no.
Do you have any questions, Jen?
Aside from obviously skating, how do you think you've adjusted your hobbies to compensate for your body problems?
Yeah, I've just removed hobbies.
Yeah.
I now just play games, and occasionally the Wi-Fi gives out, and then I just sit
Sit.
and look at a wall.
Then I exist. I
Then I'm
exist
just
in the
like,
room.
well, tomorrow.
Yep.
I never
Yeah.
do that.
I've done that. I do that a lot.
Where it's
I
just like
always
a
go,
day off, and you're just
"How
like,
long
I'm
until I can go to
overplaying all
bed?"
of the things at my disposal, and downloading new things takes too long, so...
Yeah, no. I've done that
Wall.
where like I'll be home with the kids. Bop will be gone. The internet will cut out, and I'm in the room. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm just here now. The kids will be freaking out, like, oh no, the internet's gone. I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yep,
Yep, it's gone.
just let it go.
Move on.
See,
Like
my
Lassie.
my day always consists of filling time until bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, how long until I get to go to sleep?
Yeah.
I hate that, and I try to
That's
go
my
to
whole
bed
life.
early, but then I can't because if Jen's not in the bed, then I won't sleep.
Well, and I was telling someone about the ADHD like second wind that you hit.
Oh yeah.
Every time I'm like, okay, I'm really tired. I can go to bed in 4 hours, and then an hour later I'm like, second wind.
Yeah.
We're awake for the next 8 hours.
It's just awake time.
It's awake time, and I'm like, no, No.
That's something that Star really struggles with, is just like tired throughout the day, tired throughout doing literally everything.
And then can't go to sleep.
And then we get home and we're just like, all right, let's go to bed. We'll start winding down. And then lights go off and she's like, I'm wide awake. It's
Yep.
like, oh, God.
You guys
so
need to
sorry.
get doctors that don't suck
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
It hurts my soul. It's like there are things that can be done to help you.
I'm still miffed because the same geneticist that you saw was the one that like looked over my paperwork, was just like, no, and just
when I found that out, I lost my shit, dude.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
He was like the Marfan's.
Yeah, it was
doctor
the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
Oh, okay,
geneticist,
yeah.
because there's only two.
Yeah.
You saw one, we saw the other.
Yeah.
And he looked over my paperwork, was just like, do you have stretch marks? No.
Fucking
Get out of my
same
office.
thing. You saw
I
that?
hate that. That's so irritating. And I'm like
I
on
have
my
stretch
hips.
marks on my arms. You're like, well, belly doesn't count because you're fat. Well, fuck you. But my arms have stretch marks on them from me
Yeah.
moving.
Like,
Oh, I
I'm
hate
not
that
fat,
guy.
and I still have, like, stretch marks on my back and, like, lower or,
No,
like,
but
upper
they don't
butt.
count. I'm
No,
sorry.
they don't.
No, it's because you grew. I'm like,
You
why
grew
did you
too
ask
fast.
if I
It's
had
like-
stretch marks in the first place, you ass?
Isn't that how I got so gangly?
Right?
Isn't that why my arm span is
Yeah.
wider than I am tall?
So
Right?
that guy just sucks dick.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
fuck
Let's
that guy.
let's put them.
He just,
Put him on the
like
list
you
of
said,
people we
he
hate.
does not believe in Ehlers Danlos syndrome.
Well, and he was looking at you from Marfan's.
Yeah.
You-
He doesn't
Yeah.
believe in
Why?
anything.
No. He was just like, do you play basketball? No. Do you have...
What?
Yeah, no, like, because that's
If
apparently
you
a
have
thing.
Marfan's, you play basketball.
Yeah, no, because most... Yeah. It's just-
No, I get it. I had the same bullshit where it's like random. The nurses were all about it. We saw an RN and a normal nurse, and they went over like, "Wow, yeah, you really have everything." He comes in for 5 minutes and shoots everything down. He's like, "Well, you know, your sister doesn't have a valid one because she counted her siblings, and we don't have it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He,
Well, and it was
You,
that,
you
like,
can't exist because you exist. And
Exactly.
it's like, what the fuck?
and they didn't though. They didn't use us like we were already diagnosed. We were an example.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was an example of like
Oh.
all of us have these traits.
Yeah,
It's
fuck
that
guy.
catch-22 of like,
So you
I
are the
need
first
this
one
resource
to
to
be
build this thing, but
diagnosed.
I need to build this thing to get this resource.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Yeah. And I think when I saw my geneticist, she understood that. And she was
Yes.
like, yeah, let's get you as the first one who's diagnosed.
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da!
Yeah. So at least we have you as like the Rock to be like, no, we can tick that.
You're the
box.
Rock.
We can
I'm
out
gonna
of
call you
everything
Dwayne.
we can just.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
You're good. Ugh.
You're our Rock. My fidgets.
I'm a mess. Let's be clear here.
Oh,
I identify as a mess. That's
this is a
I'll
train
see your
wreck.
hot mess and raise you a walking disaster.
yeah.
It's my life.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Seriously though.
Right? Well, and did you see like the reviews, his Google reviews?
Mm-mm.
It was people like us who were like,
Bruh.
this guy
Why
doesn't
did you
believe in
even see
EDS.
us? If you know that you don't
Yeah.
believe in it, why the fuck would you have us come
Yeah.
in?
To fuck
Why
up
would you
your life.
schedule me for 6 months? Have me go through all of this expensive testing, and then no, just right off the bat,
Yeah.
just flat out no.
Yeah.
Like
Make-
all you had to do was draw a little bit of blood, and that would have been so easy.
I mean, I have the clinical diagnosis. All we need is the test to prove it's not type
Other
1.
things, yeah.
That's all I needed from him was it's not the dangerous kind.
Yeah.
No, no, you don't have it. Your sister doesn't have it. No one's ever had it before. You know what? This is a conspiracy. It's gonna turn the freaking frogs gay.
Try to the freaking frogs gay.
Frogs turn themselves gay?
They're really good at it.
They're just like, look at me.
You, like, and you actually believe it, what would it be?
What
It
was the
gets
question?
different.
Yeah, I didn't hear the question.
What was the question?
I asked if there was something he could tell the younger version of himself.
Oh, like if you could go back in time.
You're gonna meet someone in 2006. She's in cosplay. Don't marry her. You
Probably-
ruined her life. You like her. Do not like her for her sake.
Probably.
End it now.
It
I
gets
mean, what?
different. It doesn't get better. It gets different.
That's a good way to word it. You're like 6 years old. Some guy walks up to you. It gets different.
What? No, I'd probably just be like, you know how everything hurts? Yeah, it gets different. It's
Oh boy, are you
never
in
better,
for it?
Just different.
Oh boy.
Just no. It's just let that idea go. It gets
Let this
different.
percolate. Never forget this.
Because, like, you went through that surgery, and then a couple weeks later, you were just like, oh, the same pain's back that we went to go fix. And it's just like, yeah, it leaves and it gets different.
Yep.
And it comes back, and it's the same. And then it's just, yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Things change, but they kind of always stay the same, just different.
Yeah.
What is your outlook on EDS like? Or like your self-perception?
That's like 2 questions.
Yeah.
What do you see in the future? What do you see now?
Right now, it's a matter of I need to deal with my own mental walls that are preventing me from taking better care of it. And in the future, it is manageable even if I don't take care of it now, but it'll be way easier if I take care of it now. So the earlier you start building the strength in the muscles that aren't doing their job, the easier you'll have it later.
Yeah. Well.
So,
And you can do the surgeries.
I can.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone through fucking 6 now, and I'm more mobile than I was before.
Yeah.
They do work. They just suck,
Yep.
Mhm.
Well,
and they're temporary.
sometimes they don't even suck.
No, that's true. I mean, like, the back sucked.
Yeah.
Shoulders was nothing. Right hip
Yeah.
was nothing. Left hip apparently.
Right. I don't
Don't
know
get
what.
your left
Don't
hip
get your
fixed.
left hip done.
No, not the
Just
left.
Just don't do
fuck
it.
the left one.
The left one's my bad
Fuck
one,
the
though.
left one.
The left one is the one where, like, I sit down and it's just like snap, snap, snap.
We're just gonna
snap.
like wrap you up in KT tape on that side, and then put a brace on you.
Yeah, you
Pretty
can't
much.
do
And
the
then bubble
left.
wrap you.
The left is cursed.
It is.
Your bones are misshapen like his.
They are.
Probably.
Fine.
No, I remember talking to Mom about it, like, because I have the bone spurs and everything too.
He's got the bone spurs in his shoulders, just like Dad does, just like I do, and I'm pretty sure Alex does as well, because
Yeah.
Alex will sit there and just be like, "Ow."
Crunchy.
Yeah, that like
Yep.
that we have in our shoulders.
Shaped right to begin with.
Yeah,
Yeah, like they had to reshape the hips, both of them, the bone to fit,
yeah.
Yeah.
because it caught on the hip bone.
So
Where it catches on the lip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where like
It
if I-
like created its own lip, really.
yeah, and then it would leverage itself out of the socket that way.
Yep.
yep.
Yeah.
See, and like there's still the imposter syndrome of like I don't have like a full dislocation where it's like my shoulders hanging out down
Oh my
here.
God,
So
yeah.
therefore it doesn't feel valid, but it's just like I'm in excruciating pain, but nobody else can see it. So I need to go fix it and then come back, and then I'm in a grumpy mood, and people are like, "Why are you so grumpy? You were fine
Dude,
like
I hate
6
that.
seconds ago." And it's just like
The partials.
Mhm.
Yeah, I still do it. I'm like, well, you know, it doesn't go all
it's
the way
not
out.
a dislocation. It's just
It
kind
is,
of
though.
painful, and yeah.
It is.
No, but that's how you play it down in your head.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it wasn't like the whole thing came out and flopped around.
Yeah.
I was able to put it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking
Because
imposter
a lot
syndrome.
of it is
Yeah.
isn't about like it's gotten bad enough to the point where like I need to go to the ER, but
That's what
getting
we
it
talked about
there-
in episode 10.
Yeah.
You haven't gotten there.
I have not.
It's coming out next week.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah. We talk about visiting doctors and
Mm-hmm.
getting past biases and how
Yeah.
we choose when to go when other people would already have gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, oh, my arm's out? I'll fix it.
Yeah.
But a normal person would be freaking the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
when I went in to get the one looked at, because it came out, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I said it right. It didn't feel
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I went in, and they got a whole team of people around me. They were, like, trying to calm me down. Like, we're going to try and set
You're
it.
like, it's fine.
You're
Like,
just
it's
I
a
just
huge
wanted
deal
you
for
to
normies.
like.
Yeah. No, the idea of like my bones are not in their proper place is just like okay, welcome to the club. We can just
Let's just fix that little
snap
adjustment.
things in and out. It's fine.
We got to hit that low, and then we're good.
Yeah.
Do a
It's
whip
what
and a
he-
nay-nay. It'll go right back in there. It's fine.
That's how we should describe every, like, joint setting. Like,
Whip,
find a dance move
whip.
that works with it. Like, oh, that one's the whip. You just...
This is the funky chicken. I'm a little teapot.
Just do the cha-cha
short and
slide.
Stop! I was thinking the wobble.
crisscross.
You know how you do that one to get your back?
Yeah.
Do you think you're afraid to tell people when you dislocate because you don't think they'll believe you?
Mm-hmm. There's definitely, especially in my field, where it's just like, I need to step away for a moment because it just dislocated my shoulder. They'll be like, no way. And you're just like, yes way. And they're like, prove it. You're
No,
like,
see, that's when you go, hey, yeah, you want to help me?
yeah.
No, really, because this is how, when I know people, and I will target people, I'm really sorry. This is...
She's weaponizing her EDS.
All
A little
normies
bit,
get
okay.
wrecked.
Follow me here, though. If I see, like, you catch that, like, side eye of the one
Yeah.
person who's not believing you, and you're like, oh, my shoulder's out anyway. Let me go see if they want to help me set it.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, bud, come here.
I'm going to teach you a thing.
Yeah, but like, and then it's not so much like the judgment in the moment of like, I'm broken and I need a hand fixing it or anything like that. It's the people will just stop asking me to do my job or telling me when something needs to be done because they're like, you can't do it. I don't think that you can do that. And it's just like, I can do it, just not all the time. And so then people are just like, that makes you unreliable. We can't count on you to do the job. And
That's
it's just
not
like,
fair,
but I
though.
can though. And so it's, yeah. And like, technically that's illegal for like discrimination against like disabilities and whatnot. But ultimately, like, I understand because like, same reason
Well,
why
and it's that,
I
like-
wouldn't have gone into the Marines was if I went in and then found out that I was stretchy. No, I wouldn't have made it. I
Yeah.
would have made it through basic. That would have destroyed me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, that job's just not for me. And automotive right now is kind of like the maximum peak of what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I choose to do, is like, my body is capable of this 90% of the time. I could go do something easier 100% of the time, but that's not, that would be me letting Karen decide what's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
And
We
it's-
don't do that here.
Yeah, no.
We don't play that game.
Eat it, Karen.
See, I just need to teach you how to be really flippant.
Flippant.
Be really flippant. Because that's how you throw people off from the pity party,
Oh, yeah?
is you just,
Yeah.
like, everything is haha. Everything is friggin' hilarious all the time, or else. I'm like, oh, there went my arm. Bye, arm.
Well, it's like
Someone want to help me with
my
this?
mom was
Bye.
saying the other day that we were when we did the Kaylee episode
Oh, uh-huh.
that we were talking about some really heavy stuff, but we were making light of it really easily.
Yeah.
Like that's just how we function, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's either everything's funny or it's not.
Exactly.
So, like, you either find your way to get through the day and chuckle everything off, or you just walk home and you're like, wow, that was a really heavy day.
That's when the dark thoughts take over.
Yeah. Because you just laugh everything off. It makes it a little bit easier to get through, but, like, fuck it.
It's not like we don't take it seriously, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Because,
Just-
like, they're real issues that we have to live with. And, like, there's moments for the serious, like, I need to feel this and acknowledge what's going on and find a solution. But then, like, out in public, doing your thing, random people around, you can just be like, oh, yeah, this is just a thing that happens. It's okay. Just moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and I think part of it is, like, teaching people how to respond to us.
yeah.
And that can take a lot of work. A lot of, like, training of other people to be like, this is not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts, yes. I'm going
But
to
it's
need to
not the
fix it,
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I can still do the thing.
Yeah. And that's
It's fine.
that's
like-
where I'm running into the issue, is getting people to be like, no, it's a thing that's happening right now. It needs to be dealt with, but, like, give me 15 minutes and it's fine.
Right.
It's just the give me 15 minutes where they're just like, no. They're like, well, do you like having a teammate?
We
Damn
just need to
that
get you a
work
giant
ethic.
brace that doesn't do anything but looks heavy duty. You know what I mean? So it doesn't impede you in any way.
Nope.
But it like look at my visible
Just straight
disability.
exoskeleton.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I think we hit everything that we wrote down.
huzzah!
Most of it you hit without me even having to ask.
Oh yeah,
You're just so good.
I'm good at
He's a natural.
Do you have any questions for
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that felt
people that
Did you get a good
are
pop?
closer to
like
the
5 in my spine.
That sounds lovely. My hip is super messed up right now.
My
Are
knee.
there
It's my
particular
SI.
things that I should look out for as far as recognizing when a surgery is needed?
Don't do what I did and wait until you physically can't move the joint anymore.
It's just broken.
When you,
It's
I
tough
was
too
gonna
without
say
a
when
good
you
doctor.
lose
but
mobility,
yeah.
when you start losing functionality.
See, I feel like that's the wrong answer though. Like, he can preemptively watch
Yeah.
things and catch it before it's needed, but
But I don't know how you would like.
that's what you need. Like
how
a
do you
team.
recognize?
'cause then
Yeah.
That you're like, oh, I've torn.
I'd like to see
all
what
of
my
this
joint
stuff
looks like
now.
right now.
Yeah.
And then target.
Yeah.
Or you could do what we do, which is reach out to one another.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Because for us, I think it's easier to be like, hey, there's a thing right now and it's pissing me off.
Right.
And here's what it feels like.
Well, and it's easier
just
to see
so it's in
patterns
the
in
air
other
for
people.
later.
Like if
Yeah.
you see something continuously come up.
Yeah.
And you could just like, come hang out with us. So
This
we
is
could
true. This is true.
bounce things around.
Really, she just wants him to hang out.
Yeah. I still
Like,
remember
"Get
just
over
like
here,
texting
bitch."
you and being like, I'm in Parker and I dislocated
Oh,
something.
and I
Please
drove
come help.
down. I drove down to go relocate his shoulder.
Nice.
Oh, that was the first time it went out.
Memories.
And I was like, I gotta go. And my husband's like, what? And I was like, bug dislocated for the first time. I'm bringing him a cake.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Never
Thank
mind.
you. We're related and
It's
I
like
know.
a coming of age. He got his first dislocation.
That's why I said I'm bringing a cake.
Oh,
Oh, so broken.
welcome to the party.
Oh.
Oh man,
I did have one more question.
better be
Because
good.
I'm curious.
It better be good.
You want to fight about it?
No,
will
I want
take
it to be
you
good.
out. I will take you out
And then
for
lunch.
dinner,
Oh, okay.
not lunch.
Fuck you.
Lunch
you
is
too.
rapidly approaching.
What is your relationship with pain like?
So, living at like a constant 4 on like a pain scale makes recognizing when it's increasing difficult. But it also is just like a reminder of like, no, you were in this much pain and now it's increased to here. It makes that process really difficult. But overall, pain to me is just kind of a communication of like what's going on with my body and Karen. It's the way that it's like, hey, we're not doing well over here at the moment. We need attention. And so it's not something that I particularly fear or like I avoid at all costs. If anything, I'll go until I feel it and then be like, okay, we work back from there about 2 steps. And then that's where we exist. So it's what sets my limits. Is that causes me pain? Cool. Take 2 steps back and then work from there.
You're
And-
much more mature than I am.
Both of
Yeah.
us.
I know, we're both sitting here like, wow, look
you
at
had
you
us
setting
following
limits.
along. Like I could tell, like
We were
living
like,
at a floor,
yeah.
yeah. And then you hurt
yeah.
yourself, and then you don't stop. Oh,
You
2
stop
steps
and you
back?
go backwards?
What the
What?
fuck?
Yeah. So it'll be like, I can lift this thing about this high and that hurts. So we're going to lift it up to this high.
No,
and
no,
I'm
no,
just
no,
going to
no.
work around.
I can lift it this high. I bet I could do more.
I can probably just throw it up there.
See,
It's
usually
fine.
my thing is like, ow, shut up.
Yeah. Now I'm doing this.
I'm like,
We
it's
do it
not
'cause-
about you.
No, that's
Yeah.
good though. That's how you avoid turning
Yeah,
into me.
You normal person,
You don't need
like with
surgeries.
Yeah.
smart thinking.
Well, I mean,
Smart.
I gotta keep doing like really difficult tasks for 8 hours a day. So if
Yeah,
I
you
just
gotta make
like
it last.
break myself right off the bat, then I'm just like, all right, now we're homeless.
That's fair.
Yeah. Because that's the other thing is like, I stop working and then bad things happen. So
Yeah.
it's a matter of like, I need to make sure that I can still go to work
Yeah.
at all times. There's definitely days where I'll just be like, I'm going to do all the paperwork today. So just know that I'm not going to be helpful. I'm just going to stand over here at the computer and do my thing. So
Is that an option though?
I make it an option.
Well, I mean,
That's good.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a good skill to have if you can manage that. Then
Yeah. Just do all the inspections on stuff, not actually do any like hard work or lifting.
Right.
It's still like standing and running around a shop for 8 hours a day, so like knees and ankles still hurt, but I'm not throwing out my neck or back or shoulders.
Yeah,
Because
that makes
there's,
sense.
Do you have braces that help with the?
I have a knee brace that I fucking hate, but
High five.
yeah, no, knee braces are garbage.
Yeah.
I'm seriously tempted at just picking up like a cheap motorcycle jacket and fitting that into like a hoodie, because the armor inside there can
Yeah.
just help
It'd
stabilize
be like
the
a
side to side.
like the vest that I was talking about.
Yeah.
That would be a nicer version of that because that thing sucked.
Yeah.
It was just a metal plate with an elastic vest around it.
Oh yeah. The only thing about that is like the added weight can jack us up. Like Star
yeah.
and I got a weighted blanket, and
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
So had it day one, and we crawled underneath it, and then I went to go like turn from left side to right side, and just pulled everything out because it was just an 18-pound blanket, and we were just like, this is fine. It's
Oh,
not
see, mine's-
super heavy.
Mine's
And then-
25.
Yeah. It
Because
was.
Randy got me like
Fucking how
Yeah.
how
because I like that it keeps me from moving.
it makes me melt and like
It
super
does get
uncomfortable.
really
and
hot. That I will
Yeah.
admit. I only use it in the winter.
I want to make
but
one
I
with
really
chainmail
like-
in the middle. where
yeah,
it's
for
That
heat
was kinda
transfer.
nice,
We
yeah.
were talking about that. Yeah.
That's a good idea. Be
Just
a
like
loud blanket
fabric, chainmail, fabric, and then
I
you just
couldn't do a
stitch
loud
between all the
blanket.
chainmail.
Let's water cool it. We could add in like a heat transfer system.
RGB blanket.
RGB. We'll do it RGB on the outside, like the rim, and we'll get you the sick ass radiator, like just a car radiator.
Yeah,
Fuck
just-
it. Let's get that
Chainmail,
cooling.
You could do like the heavy rubber ones, so it wouldn't make a lot of clanking noise.
Do you know how much that blanket would cost?
Too much.
That would be like a
You could just go get
$400
like
blanket.
a chain link fence and just cut it out, and then just fabric around.
I can make a chainmail.
She's done
We
it.
should see about making a little like twin-sized chainmail blanket.
Full bodysuit. It's gonna turn into
Chainmail sleeping bag.
like a zipper, like a onesie of chainmail.
Fight me, asshole! What do you mean you're in a onesie? Stab me, I dare you.
Oh my God.
It covers the face too, so it's like
It zips.
yeah, all the way to the
Zippy
side.
one.
Yeah.
I am Iron Man.
Rorschach tie-dye.
Holy shit! This is gonna be a long episode.
Do we need to call it here?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming along with us.
Well, of course.
It's been great
It's been
fun.
a blast. I'm
And we'll
stealing your
see.
coffee.
Go for it.
We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Smooth.
Good night, kitty. Oh yeah, get your gorgeous curls out. Like
Yes.
a bitch.
Look at my
Yes,
gorgeous
we're
curl.
not related at all.
I have one curl.
Yeah, I'm the mailman's baby, remember?
I can curl.
You
I
can curl.
have
wanna
I
curl.
do not and cannot curl.
You yell at your hair when it curls.
I want to be cool just this once.
That ship sailed a long time ago.
That is going in the in-betweens.
Thou art not.
Thou art not cool.